Hi, I'm Colby Regan, and today I'll be talking to you about resistance. What is resistance? Resistance is the measure of the opposition to current flow. The basic unit of resistance are ohms. What are resistors? Resistors change the flow of electrons by removing kinetic energy and turning it into heat. This is their schematic when building a circuit. Ohm's law for a series circuit. When resistors are in series, the charges that flow through the first resistor must flow through the second, and the charges that flow through the second resistor must come from the first. To find the total resistance of a series circuit, use the equation: the total resistance equals resistor 1 plus resistor 2 plus resistor 3. Ohm's law for a parallel circuit. Resistors are in parallel when the charges that flow through the first resistor cannot go through the second. To find the total resistance of a parallel circuit, use the equation: the total resistance divided by 1 divided by the total resistance equals just 1 divided by resistor 1 plus 1 divided by resistor 2 plus 1 divided by resistor 3. In a real-world analogy, there's a room on fire and there's two doors. One door is being blocked by a person causing resistance, so everyone else in the room will take the path with least resistance and go out the other door. A series circuit example. Like we learned before, to find the total resistance of a series circuit, you add up all the resistors. So it would be the total resistance would equal 50 ohms plus 100 ohms plus 150 ohms. So the total resistance is 250 ohms of this circuit. A parallel circuit example. Like we said before, to find the resistance, you divide all of our resistances by 1. So it would be the total resistance, 1 divided by the total resistance equals 1 divided by 50 ohms plus 1 divided by 100 ohms plus 1 divided by 150 ohms. You get that number, and then you divide it by 1 to get the total resistance is 27.27 ohms of this circuit. A mixed circuit example. So to figure this one out, you have to first get rid of these two resistors in parallel, and to find that, you do 1 divided by the total resistance equals 1 divided by 100 ohms plus 1 divided by 150 ohms, and that gives us 60 ohms of resistance between these two. And then you can combine those to make one resistor that equals 60, and now this circuit is now just a series circuit, so we add these two resistances up to get the total resistance of 110 ohms.